Hey YouTubers, some of you might be just checking out part 2, didn't do part 1, or you might have come back for part 2. I hope you did that, because the drive from Missoula, Montana to Wallace, Idaho is quite beautiful. I'm going to again do some rambling through it, try to show you some full speed and some time lapse in it, and ramble back and forth, and I'll probably throw in a little bit of music. At one point we're going to get to where the mountains start, and I go even slower than I'm going now. In an RV I tend to go pretty slow, not beat up my old RV, and get there in one piece. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope, again, as I said in the close of part 1, that is something you do for yourself. You won't regret it. I often tend not to go by interstate, but let me tell you, if you're going out west, honestly, I-90 is pretty good, and this is probably the best way to get across the mountains instead of back roads. All right, 99 miles to my destination. Broke 100. The funny part of this is, look at those mountains up ahead. I think as the crow flies, well, probably have to be an eagle or something. I don't know how high crows can fly. But straight line from where I was in Great Falls to where I was going is like 125 miles or something. But you got to go a long way to get the low spots through the mountains. Going 68 again. And, you know, I was talking earlier, so I don't remember what I said. I don't think, I just talk. I lived in Denver for several years, and I drove through the Rockies all the time. And then moved to California. I had a Suburban towing a huge boat. I drove through the Rockies four times with it. 4 times? I think at least 4 times. Didn't think twice about it. You know, I had a couple hairy experiences. One in New Mexico. But anyone up for a candy cane run? My Suburban, the fuel pump was in the gas tank. I had another battery just give up. But I was driving down the mountains, and I got below a half a tank. And at altitude below a half a tank, sometimes the Suburban wouldn't pump any gas. I lost all my power. That big boat was pushing me down a mountain. It was a hairy minute till I finally was able to get it stopped, losing brakes and everything. It was all that. But I've had more trepidation about driving Eddie through these mountains, and Eddie has been doing very well. You know, everybody's passing me, but I'm still doing 65. So it's going well. Let it run for a little bit. I only got one more battery left after this. Funny thing, I bought the adapter to use a lapel mic, and when I bought it, I knew it had a place to charge the battery, but like I forgot. It took me like a week to remember, oh yeah, I can charge it. That's stunning. So I am again trying to decide if I'm just going to try to keep talking. This again is a month later after this trip. I'm so far behind on videos, but I'm having too much fun. Or if I'll end up throwing some music in. Again, like in the first part, we'll find out together. I'm also enjoying giving you some real speed time. That guy was moving. He's probably getting 3 miles to the gallon. He's gonna hit a cone. Please don't hit a cone. Again, this time on this trip was back when the heat dome was going crazy. I think it's still hot. I'm now in a cooler place, but I hope my trip back is fire-free and cooler. Even for me who did the trip, it's nice to rewatch this. I missed that hill a little bit. We're doing 55. No one behind me. And they can go around. We'll get it back here. I always try to do my best to stay out of people's way, but sometimes in these mountains they'll have to go around. Stunning, huh? Alright, I've gotten to the point where I think I'm going to throw in a little bit of music, nothing real long, and I'll keep rambling live and editing. It's not always easy to give commentary when you're just gazing at just magnificence. Again, kudos to I-90. It's a very good road. Oh, I wish you could see to the right and the left. It's beautiful. About 60 miles to go to my destination for the day. I didn't set any speed records, but I'm sure enjoying the sights and happy for this good road. This road makes me stop complaining about roads so far. Which here in America is a pretty good thing because it's become like a national sport to complain about our terrible roads and infrastructure. Do something, people. Doing 70 and it's like I'm not even moving. get to go back to our side of the road. I'll let all these people go. For the few that like to follow along, I again apologize that I'm so far behind. There's just so much work involved and so much to see while I'm here. We gotta be careful here. I'll stick slow behind this guy or girl. Said it before, but taking it easy on my brakes going down these much steeper downhills than they look. All right, the SD card got full on the black. Can't get the post in there. It was so beautiful that I kept it running. That again, that's why this is two parts, because I had to switch to my GoPro Silver as a backup to keep recording as we get to the bigger parts of the mountains. Hopefully it's still enjoyable for everybody. All right, I moved the Silver back to the normal spot. I'm not going to record anymore. Here, GoPro, stop recording. But I did try to also be nice and not do a lot of talking to the GoPro, because many people say they can't hear. Some say they can hear fine, others said they couldn't hear with the Silver, so I just decided to shut up and look. This trip, I regret at points, is a destination trip, but I don't totally regret it because I wanted to get out to Washington State along the coast and see some of that beauty that's out there. And again, eventually there'll be videos showing you how beautiful it is out there. But I didn't spend a lot of time on the long journey across. There were a couple places I spent one night and a couple that I spent two to try to give one full day a rest for me, the cats, and the van. But a lot of this is just passing through out the windshield, but still beautiful. Being honest, deep down it hurts me a bit to get past so often, but I'm doing what's best for the trip, you know? For the van and everything. Alright, this is 35 miles an hour for me. Back in the day, I had a Mustang, and I went like 5 years with never getting past. But now, in this van, slow and steady wins. but I'm being courteous. I got the hazard lights on as I go over Lookout Pass at 35 miles an hour. Alright, now we're getting to my side of the mountain as we close in on Idaho. We're in Idaho now. Got a long way to go before I get to the final destination, but it's nicer to go a little quicker down these. But you still got to be careful in that whole brake thing. Don't ride your brakes down it, just kind of go with it. Seriously, this is just so beautiful. Beautiful Rocky Mountains. This trip did remind me how much I miss the Rockies. Living in Denver, second favorite city I've ever lived in. I just loved that area. It's so beautiful. Now, Denver's second only to New York because being a city kid, that's where I grew up. But I will say, not sure I would ever move back to the city, but Denver, I could see myself living there again. Just a breathtaking area, so much to see and do, so much activity going on, so much life there. A different kind of life than you have in New York. New York is hustle and bustle and everybody's moving fast, which I really like. But, you know, you get out in the Rocky Mountains and the nature is just so beautiful. If that doesn't capture you, then we're just different kinds of people. I'm not right. Well, I might be right. Different kinds of people like different things. And we'll just keep going down, down, down this big mountain. And again, I'm just letting the van go. I'm taking it easy. If somebody wants to pass me, even the semis, again, it hurts my pride, but I'll go ahead and let it happen and just soak this all in. Try to look around if I can while I'm going on. But here we go. I've made it to the destination. This is Wallace, like they said, underneath the overpass. In a little bit of my defense, I knew I was almost there. I don't know how much you're going to be able to hear, but looks like it's going to be tougher going back.
1/2 mile, turn right.
Longer, steadier climb. But I was 35 miles an hour at Lookout Pass. Just glad to find a place with hookups because it's hot. Again, that whole heat dome thing, it was really, really hot. This is a neat little town, a lot of story to it. My next video is going to be just of this town, so I'm going to save all the explanations for that. But it's pretty cool. I spent 2 days here. I didn't do a lot. I wandered around mainly. I didn't even get the bike out because I didn't want to mess with that. So everything was in walking distance, so I just walked. There's something worth exploring. 4-way. At this point, I wasn't exhausted, but it had been a bit of a drive.
Arriving at destination on right.
I got an early start, but it was still in the 90s this day. Very small sites, but full hookups, and they were $33 a night, which isn't bad, especially in this area. There's some that are very expensive, but again, that's something for the next video. I'm just glad to pull in, get the cat settled down, turn the air on, and everybody relax. So now I'm just going to tack some random pictures I took with my cell phone while driving on this day. Please don't yell at me. I know you shouldn't do that stuff, but every now and then when it's not too bad, you can grab the cell phone and take a picture or two. It was a beautiful drive. I enjoyed it very much because everything went well, even though I got past tons. Made it to Idaho, and hope you, like me, have a great and wonderful day.